Breaking right now, just as we were starting this broadcast, Adam Housley got a hold of exclusive video showing the earlier shootout between police and the suspects. This is the first time we are seeing it. We go live now to Adam, live in San Bernardino with that exclusive. Adam?
Yeah, Megan, I'm going to set all this up for you, too, and give you a little bit more about what Peter King and you were just speaking of, about the names that are being thrown around. I just got off the phone with law enforcement. They tell me one reason why it's being handled very delicately, is because they can't get inside that SUV still. They do believe it's potentially booby-trapped or has explosive devices. They do believe there's more information about the suspects inside, but those names being thrown around potentially could lead them down the path as alluded to in that press conference. So they're being very delicate with this precisely because of the names they believe could be on these suspects. Meantime, where these suspects were shot, or where it began, was just behind me. I'm going to step away, and we'll go to that video. About 150 yards down from where I'm standing, we were there earlier. There was glass on the street. That's where the first the shooting began. The back window was shot out of the SUV. Went about 100 feet further. That's where the first main shootout happened, where they went back and forth, trading gunfire between authorities and the suspects. Then they went through the stoplight, and that's where it came to an end, where they were shot and killed. The video you're going to see now is from David. David, I interviewed earlier today. He was in the location basically right where the second shootout happened. So 3 locations about 100 yards apart between the two, or between the 3. He was right there. Here comes the video. Take a look. It's the first time it's been seen anywhere.
All this part of San Bernardino, this is what's going on. We still got all this stuff going on. Oh, they're after somebody. Oh, something's going on. Something's going on. There they go. They're after that guy. They're after that guy. Gunshots. Damn, did you see that? He shot? Yeah, there was gunshots. There was shit. Oh, you better get down, bro. Let's get out of here. Oh my God. Oh, they're killing that guy. Get inside. Close the gate. We have gunshots. Oh my God, right in front of us, dude.
Okay, so that was at 3:07 local time, 6:07 Eastern this evening for you guys, afternoon for us. David Espinoza was the employee who was there, Megan. You're looking at the live look down there now, and they have it obviously surrounded by all sorts of not only SWAT team is there, but the bomb team as well, because they're having to actually take a look at what's inside that SUV. They are concerned that it does have a bomb inside. I'm told they have not yet reached the inside of the SUV. Obviously, a very delicate situation there, but you can see the chaos. We're about 1.5 miles from where the murders took place. That factory where David Espinoza worked was being shut down. The workers were going home. People here in San Bernardino were basically hunkering down or going home. The business day was ending because of what was going on here. No one knew where those people were. We were actually right over by the command center. We had kind of made our way down some railroad tracks, and we could see where the bomb squad had come in. The FBI had a massive presence, obviously local police forces as well. And all of a sudden, we got a tip on my phone that said there was a chase. Within seconds, it seemed like the battering ram left, the special forces from the police department left, and that's when we got in our SUV and left and came here, and that's where it ended, right down the street. So as you can tell, Megan, still very fluid here. Investigation is still ongoing. We heard about the Redland situation where they're doing the search warrant there, but I am told, back to those names, that is the reason why the FBI is being very delicate. As you know, it's a very delicate situation in this country, and they want to make sure they have it exactly right. I'm told they're not going to tell us until they for sure get into that vehicle and thoroughly go through it and see if there's any other identification inside, that kind of thing. Megan?
So they know what you're saying is they know the names. They just don't want to release them until they ensure that the names they believe they have are in fact the people they killed.
They think they know the names, and if you talk to them, they won't go on record, obviously, because of the situation, but they'll tell you they've seen the cell phone pictures, and now some of them have seen them in person, obviously, as well. But certain folks have seen cell phone pictures up front, up close of these individuals, and obviously have an idea of their ethnic background, if you will. Doesn't mean that has anything to do with this. I mean, it could be a workplace, but you know that because of the delicate situation here, Megan, when you throw out a certain certain name or a certain ethnicity, automatically everybody jumps to terrorism. And that could be here. This what could be, but it also could be not. So that's why they're being very, and that's the reason why they're being so delicate with us. And I guess it's understandable, you know, because of the situation we are in, not only in this country, but in this world.
I want to re-rack that video, that extraordinary video you just showed us, because explain what happened, because we just had Congressman King on earlier saying, well, they traced the SUV back to the home of this one individual, and that's one of the reasons why they're taking a hard look at that guy. But now, you know, we're seeing the police chase with the SUV. Explain what we're hearing, these two different reports, the SUV, did they stumble upon it? What happened?
Well, there's a couple of different reports we've heard. We heard that someone called it in. It could be a multitude of things. It could be they traced it back, and it could be that someone called it in also. But if you look at that video, Megyn, it's not a fast chase. When David Espinoza pulled me aside and he showed me the video, you can see they're only doing 35 or 40 miles an hour. As Southern California chases go, that's not crazy. And then you see the window being shot out. I was standing by the glass. It was insane that it started there. Then 100 yards later was the first real barrage of gunfire. Then about another 150 yards is where it ended and where they were killed. So it seemed like a slow speed chase, almost as if they were preparing to fire back at the authorities. And you'll also notice there, it wasn't just marked cruisers, a lot of unmarked cars. I mean, the police presence here is massive, as you might expect, and understandably so, Megyn.
Can we just, I don't know if we're able to re-rack it again, because we're trying to get the shot of the SUV.
Hey, Megyn, do you want to hear from David? Do you want to hear from David? He just came up. He's here.
Yes,
David.
we'd love to hear from David.
David Espinoza is going to come over. David's the one that shot this video. Hold on, he's coming over right now. And I know you were working right here. I know we've spoken a couple of times, and I mean, your account is amazing. You guys were shutting down. I'll give you a quick synopsis for those who don't know. You were shutting down for the day. I talked to your boss. He wanted the employees to go home, be safe, hunker down, get out of here, because no one knew what the heck was going on. We didn't know where these gunmen were. And then all of a sudden, you saw what?
All of a sudden, we just saw that SUV. Normal traffic stop by the police. Maybe they didn't stop what they were supposed to, and all of a sudden, we just heard the gunshots, and the window just shattered. We took a cover, and then and they passed by us. That's when I was already recording at that time. You know, I was ready to record something. And then from there, at the second stop, at maybe 50 to 80 yards from us, that's when the second shooting occurred. Covered again, took cover, and then the last of the shots. It was a pretty scary moment.
I mean, you guys were outside. What you need to realize, they were already outside the fence anyway, because you thought it was just a traffic stop that would happen to have a couple extra officers. And of course, you guys were going to go home anyway. But then when you heard the gunfire, as you see on the video, I mean, you guys were like, holy smokes, in different words.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I saw. And then when I saw the parade of all the police officers coming in, all the units, FBI, ATF, all chasing them, and I go, oh, this is them. And when I saw their part of their faces, and I just couldn't believe that was them, and it's happening here in front of us. Yes.
Surreal.
Very surreal. Yes, exactly. It happens everywhere. Now it's happening here.
I know one of your bosses said he heard he thought it was AK-47s. I know we've obviously all sorts of speculation. Obviously they had powerful weapons they were firing, and handguns, as we heard from the press conference. Now knowing that, I mean, troubling.
Yeah, it is. I mean, having that right in front of us, in front of some of the employees were that I was talking to outside of the escort them outside. They were just take cover, let's duck. It's just they were scary noises.
Hey, if you want to show that video one more time, Megyn, I want to ask you too, real quickly, when you looked at your phone after it all went down and you looked at the video again, I mean, it's pretty amazing.
It sure was. Like, wow, I actually recorded that, and it's happening, and listening to the gunshots, especially the gunshots, listening to those, it's really. Really ugly.
Well, David Espinoza, we appreciate your time. Thankfully, you're safe. And as you can tell, Megyn, a lot of people in this town a bit shaken. I spoke with a woman earlier who was hunkered down in a closet with her dog. She's now, I've been told, the update viewers, I've had some viewers actually email me and tweet me. She's okay. She's been allowed to come out of her closet with her dogs and reunited with her husband. So very tense moments here. And still, honestly, some tense moments because we don't know truly where this case goes at this point.
And of course, on everybody's mind is, even if this is not terrorism in the way we understood it in Paris, France, we understood from that attack there were other attackers who were part of it, who were lurking, who wanted to unleash another attack just days later. And even if this is something other than that kind of terrorism, of course that's in the back of people's minds. Adam, thank you. We'll be back to you.